likely to be obsoleted by artificial intelligence, and it's a faster path to six figures. So in this program, we are doing GRC security. We are not doing engineering. So if you were looking to do engineering, this wouldn't be the right program. So what are your thoughts on that?
I don't have any really thoughts on it because I don't know much about the difference between the two. So I'm learning as you go as you're doing it.
Okay. In my opinion, I think GRC is a great way to get into cybersecurity for someone without a background in cybersecurity or even IT, because it's really on learning strategy and concepts. So really, it's just understanding, strategy concepts, so a little bit of memorization of key terms. But on the engineering side, like you have to learn coding, you have to practice that, you have to become a specialist on a particular tool. It's a little bit of a different track. So to me, GRC is where I would recommend anyone coming in fresh into cybersecurity, and also it's a faster path to six figures, in my opinion.
Okay.
Now, anyone that wants to get into cybersecurity, there's three hurdles that you must overcome. The first hurdle is to get your resume selected. Now, I know you haven't applied for any jobs, but if you would have done so in the last 1 to 2 years, what you would have found is that for every job you apply to, there's about 400 people also applying for that same job. So the question is, how are you going to stand out with all these people applying, especially some having more experience in cybersecurity than you might have? So if your resume isn't positioned properly, it's going to be difficult to get selected. Second hurdle is, let's say you do get selected, meaning your resume gets selected, then you have to go on technical interviews. You got to talk to one person, two, three, four, five people, convince all of them you understand cybersecurity. And if you're not able to do that, then it's going to be hard to get a second round interview, let alone a job offer. And the third hurdle is, let's say you do land a job offer, companies are going to expect you to deliver on day one. And if after 2 weeks it looks like you don't know what you're doing, they're going to find somebody else, and we would not have gotten into this profession. So anyone that can't overcome these three hurdles cannot get into cybersecurity. However, in this program, we help you overcome all three of these hurdles. The way we do it is, number one, we will take your current resume and we will make it cybersecurity focused. We will put in the keywords that you need, plus we'll give you an internship with our sister company so you can show experience in cybersecurity so that your resume is competitive in the marketplace. Number two, we know what are the most commonly asked questions on interviews. We know what are the best responses. We will share them with you and rehearse them with you over and over until you're able to make a strong impression on your interviews. And the way we make sure you can execute on the job is we've taken our 20 years of hands-on experience in cybersecurity, condensed it into this 90-day program, meaning you go from beginner level to expert level by the end of this program. Now, anyone that works in cybersecurity or even in IT, they don't need a degree to be successful. They don't even need a certification. The number one reason you get hired is based on skill set. And let me give you a simple example. Let's take somebody who dropped out of high school but knows coding really well compared to somebody who went to college and took a few classes on coding. Who do you think a company is going to hire if they need a developer?
The one that dropped out of high school.
Exactly. That person can come in on day one and start working to the requirements. Similarly, in this program, we've identified 30 of the most in-demand skills that companies are paying for today. You will learn these 30 cybersecurity skills in this program, and by doing so, you will then qualify for 8 different types of roles in cybersecurity. Most people are only applying for 1 or 2 types of jobs. Here, you'll be able to apply for 8 different types of jobs, giving you a higher chance of landing a six-figure job. Now, in the marketplace, we've identified 2 cyber products that 99% of companies need, and they will pay you anywhere from $50K and $30K to build them out. With our guidance, you will build these 2 products and you will own them, and the advantage to you will be tremendous. Number one, it's going to show up on your resume that you built these 2 products. Number two, when you go on interviews, you'll be able to speak about them from a technical level, how you built them, which will help you to stand apart from everybody else that's interviewing. And number three, if you are hired to build these 2 products, it's not going to take you 1 year to do it. It's going to take you just 1 week because you've already built it in this program and you just have to tailor it to that organization. Now, as I mentioned to you earlier, we give you a world-class cybersecurity resume. We hone your interviewing skills. We even mentor you on your first job so you're successful at it. And the ultimate goal of this program is for you to land a six-figure job. And our guarantee is that if we don't help you land that six-figure job within the first 90 days, then you don't pay anything. Meaning we will refund your money back to you, and you'll walk away having learned 30 of the most in-demand skills for free. This is the only only money back guarantee program. So what are your thoughts on that?
That sounds good.
Okay. Now, about the timeline of the program, so the way we have it structured is we give you 2 recorded Zoom sessions per week. Each session is 2 hours long. So the advantage is you can pause it, rewind it, come back to it. Plus, we do 1 live working session every single week. It's typically in the evening. It's 1 hour long. And the purpose of that call is to answer any questions you have from the recorded sessions. If you have any interviews coming up, we help you prep for that. We want to monitor your job submission progress to make sure that you're not getting stuck anywhere. So every single week, 2 recorded sessions plus 1 live session for the next 90 days.
Sounds good.
Now, Mentor, I am the instructor for the program. I have 20 years of cybersecurity consulting experience. I've been both in the commercial space as well as the government space. On the commercial space, primarily in the Fortune 100 companies in numerous different industries from oil and gas, energy, financial services, banking, manufacturing, airlines, publishing, healthcare, pharmaceuticals. So I've seen cybersecurity in all these different settings, and you too will get exposed to that in this program so you can easily pivot from one industry to another if you need to do so. Now, the federal government does cybersecurity very differently than the private industry. Having been at 6 different federal agencies, you will learn how to do cybersecurity for the government, which will open up 50% more jobs because 50% of jobs come from the government space. Now, anyone that works in cybersecurity, they report to the CISO or Chief Information Security Officer, and I am a certified CISO. But the more important thing is I've been a hiring manager of numerous organizations, meaning I've looked at hundreds of resumes, hired a lot of individuals, evaluated their performance. So I have a very clear understanding of what hiring managers are looking for. And in this program, you'll be elevated to the levels that hiring managers expect so that you have a high chance of landing a 6-figure job. Now, let me take a pause here and see what types of questions you might have at this point.
Does it, well, going through this program, I saw on the PowerPoint before it changed screens. Do we have to go for those certifications?
Yeah, very good question. So what we don't do is recommend you go get the wrong certification. Well, we have identified 4 certifications that we believe to be the most valuable in the cybersecurity space. And we will recommend one of those 4 to you based on your background and where you're headed with your career. And your job will be to prepare for that certification in parallel with this course. So we're not going to teach you any certification, but as you do your preparation, if you have any questions on any of the material, you can bring it into this course. We can talk through it. But the way we organize it is that you'll get the theoretical knowledge through the certification. You'll get the practical knowledge through this program. So combining that, it will give you a strong foundation. So what we don't need you to do is go get 10 certifications or the wrong one. We will identify the one right certification that will carry you for the next 5 to 10 years of your career.
Okay.
Any other questions at this point?
No, not yet. Nope.
Okay. So the last slide I have for you is to talk about the pricing. So the value of the program, we put it at $100,000. Now, don't worry, we don't charge that. The reason we get to $100,000 is because we've taken our 20 years of hands-on experience in cybersecurity, condensed it into this 90-day program with a money-back guarantee. Plus, you're building the 2 cyber products that companies will pay you $50K and $30K to build. So easily, we're over $100,000 in value. Now, the typical price of the program is $15,000. However, we do have a sale price for this call. It's a 67% discount. Sale price is $49.97 plus an additional $3K after you've been hired. So let me break this out for you. So we do this on a monthly basis. So month 1 is $19.99. Month 2 is $19.99. Month 3 is $9.99. And our guarantees in place that if within the first 90 days we don't help you land that 6-figure job, then we will refund the $49.97 back to you. You walk away paying 0, having learned the 30 of the most in-demand skills. However, if we do help you land that 6-figure job within the first 90 days, then after you've been onboarded and working and getting paid at a 6-figure level, then it's an additional $3K, and even that we can break into smaller payments. So what are your thoughts on that?
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
So when you're ready to get started, we can take payment by Zelle, Cash App, credit cards, how would you like to proceed?
I probably would be better off doing it with Cash App. But I couldn't. I don't have the 2,000 right offhand. But it wouldn't take me long. It wouldn't take me no time to get it though.
Okay. How soon do you see yourself being able to get started?
Early in the new year, like around sometime in January.
Okay. What's the, I guess, so the sale price that we have is good for today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because typical price is $15,000. I mean, you know, the demand in cyber is tremendous, so it's going to be hard to hold it for that long. But I will make an exception if you are 100% ready to get into the program. If you're kind of not sure that I can't hold this price, but only if you are 100% ready, I can save that spot for you because spots are limited here.
Right, right. Understand. Everything sounds good. I do want to do it. I probably have another friend that want to do it too. Actually, he was calling me. I'll give him the information so he can contact you as well. So, uh, yeah, I definitely could start next month, early next month, like probably like the second week of next month. Because of the
Okay.
holidays, it's rough.
Yeah,
I
absolutely
got
understood.
I got
Yeah,
two kids, man,
last
and
thing you're thinking about is cybersecurity next week. I get it. No one's going to be doing that either.
yeah.
Do you want to put a down payment today? Do you want to kind of reserve your spot? How do you want to handle that?
Just if you can reserve a spot, um, I really can't put nothing down today. Like I said, I'm still taking care of this Christmas stuff. I wasn't expecting to pay anything today.
Yeah, I know you've been thinking about cybersecurity for a few years. Now we need to turn that into action.
Yeah,
You want to do?
I'm definitely
Yeah, I
gonna
mean,
do it because
exactly. You're looking to do work from home and work remotely. With the president coming in now, the new president,
I
the
know,
economy is going to start to, it's going to start to expand.
I
And the
know.
opportunities are going to come, and you want to be positioned for that when that upswing occurs. And now's the time to start positioning for it. So I get it. No one's going to start, be thinking about cyber for the next 2 weeks. That's okay. But what I don't want you to do is, wait 2 weeks and then you're like, well, I've already waited a few years. Let me wait a little bit longer, and then it'll never happen. I don't want you to fall into that trap. Is what I'm trying to help you avoid.
Right. No, my dedication, when I dedicate to something, I normally finish it through. So, and I don't want to, just, I'm not going to waste your time either.
No, I understand.
So when does the next class start?
Well, classes it can start as early as tomorrow. So once
Oh,
you
that's right, because
make your payment, we release the first 2 recorded
I
sessions,
got you.
and then 7 days after that, we set the live working session. But in this case, it will be like 3 weeks from now because of the holidays.
Right, right. Okay.
And not only that, when you sign up, we will fix your resume within the first 2 weeks, and by week 3, you will be already starting to apply for jobs. So we move very quickly in this program from that standpoint, but we do take the time to teach you cybersecurity, so it's not like we rush through that part of it.
Okay. All right. Um.
So what I'll do is let me send you the program agreement. I will send that to you by your email. Take a look at that. If you're comfortable with everything we talked about and is consistent with what we talked about, sign it, return it back to me, and then once you make your first payment, hopefully the first week of January, then we will get you started right away. So that way you can at least get your paperwork out of the way, and then when you're ready to get started, just make the payment and we start the next day, literally.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay. All right, Keith. Well, I appreciate your time this evening. It was very nice to meet you. I hope you have a great evening, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, same here. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.